Hello friends, it's trapezoid day. We have 4 notes, so grab your paper and pencil. So trapezoids look like this. So let's go over the vocab for it. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral, which means it has 4 sides, but it is not a parallelogram because parallelograms have 2 pairs of parallel sides, so they are going to have 1 pair. The 2 sides of the trapezoid that are parallel are called the bases. Just because the word base normally means bottom to, the top of this trapezoid is a base. And the 2 sides that are not parallel, which means they do not have the same slope, are called the legs. So a trapezoid has 2 bases that are parallel and 2 legs that are not parallel. And then a mid-segment is when you have the midpoint of the leg. There's a review. Midpoint is the point which cuts this directly in half into 2 equal pieces. So if you make a line segment that connects the midpoint to the midpoint, that's what a mid-segment is. And it has special properties. So if they ask you to find the length of it, basically someone discovered by testing out a million things that the mid-segment is always going to be half the sum of the bases. Let me write that out. This mid-segment is going to be 1/2 of the sum of the bases. And hopefully you remember that the word sum means 2 things added together. So we'll do an easy one. Say the length of this is 20 centimeters. Maybe the length of this is 34 centimeters. You can find the length of that by adding the bases together and cutting your answer in half. 20 plus 34 is 54, and half of 54 is 27. That means the length of this is 27. It's just a rule, it's just a property, it's just a theorem. All right, you might also see it like this. 20 plus 34 divided by 2. I don't care how you set it up or how you solve it or how you think about it. We all know that half means dividing by 2. Well, some of us. Half means dividing by 2. Somebody asked me that the other day. But that's how you find the length of a mid-segment. Now that's the easy kind. It's a lot trickier when they give you the mid-segment and they ask for that. That's why you learned algebra. So let me show you. Like the whole point of learning how to solve for x is because you need it to find lengths of shapes in geometry. So how do I find the length of one of the bases? Well, they have to tell you, they have to give you the length of the other base and the length of the mid-segment. Oh, I should have picked numbers that work. Let's do a nice pretty let's do a nice pretty 35. So this time you know the answer. You're gonna get 35 in the middle, and maybe you don't know what the bottom one is. So you know the top is going to be something shorter than 35. The bottom is going to be something longer than 35. But they have to give you this one. Let's make it, what does it look like? If that's 35, that's probably like 24. Again, they're going to give you these 2 and ask for one of these. So I will do the long way, the algebra way, and then I'll show you the shortcut, which hopefully will make sense to your brains. So if you're thinking backwards, if these 2 added up, long way first. Normally we do this plus this divided by 2. We'll write it like this way. This could be considered your formula. Base plus base divided by 2. Base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 equals the mid-segment. So you can still put everything in those spots. Base 1 plus base 2, which I don't know, so that's my x. I know that I'm going to divide it by 2, and I know that my answer should be 35. So people that were good at algebra this feel like you'll prefer this way. The same way you solve that one is the same way you solve this one. But now you have to know how to do this, which I'm finding out that people are in person. Lots of people do not know how to solve for x. So again, this is the long way. I'll show you a shortcut in the middle in a second. So to get rid of a 2, you multiply both sides by 2. Does this ring a bell? And you will get 24 plus x equals 70. Again, for people that are zoned out, this is the long way. You don't have to do it this way. I just have to show you that's my job. And then you would minus the 24. Cannot do mental math. 46? Okay, so that's the long way. Here is the shortcut. But the problem is shortcuts are bad because people don't remember them on air test day. If you have a formula to plug in, you might remember it. So if these cut in half equals this, do you get that you need to double this? This is a shortcut. Again, think about it. If this plus this divided by 2 gives you this, and we're trying to work backwards, you're going to just double that real quick. But that's what we did, you know, in the long way. So you're trying to figure out 24 plus what equals 70. So double the midsegment and subtract the base. Double the midsegment and then just subtract one of the base that they gave you. Minus the 24. That's what you did when you did the long way and you set up the equation. You multiplied by 2, you doubled the midsegment, and then you subtracted the whatever from both sides. So hopefully you can get it in your head. You don't have to write out the equation. Double the midsegment, subtract the base. Double the midsegment, subtract the base. All right, now let's do a really tricky one. Because you know the error test will not be something nice and easy like that. It'll be like crazy like this. It'll give you like 2x plus 3 and x plus 3x plus 7. I don't know. This is what it's going to do to you. Let's do... These numbers probably will not work out. I should have thought of one. And it'll just say solve for x. Again, I don't know. I just feel like this is what they will do. But you can still do it the same way. You shouldn't be scared of just because you see this. Don't like on the air test skip this one. That's too hard. You're still going to add these together, divide by 2, and it should equal 60. Like you could still figure this out. Let's do that. If you add these together, that is 8th grade math. 2x plus 3x is 5x, and 3 plus 7 is 10. Right? Adding expressions, 8th grade. So you know if this plus this divided by 2 is supposed to equal 60. So you would times both sides by 2, so you know that 5x plus 10 should equal 120. And then you minus the 10, and you get 110, and then you divide by 5. We don't care what the answer is. That's how you do it, though, okay? Add the bases together, divided by 2. Shortcut. Double the midsegment to find the other base. Okay, email me if you need help. No, don't email me. Come to Zoom.